So we're going to start with a clean build of our media library, and I will go through each and every operation, how it works. At a top level, we're going to have media, which is going to be the basis for all of our objects, which requires a unique ID, title, and a type. The type can vary. Sometimes it's just a book, sometimes it's a Blu-ray, digital, or DVD. We have our setters and our getters, always required, and our constructor. Next, we're going to have our video, which is going to be one of the objects that extends media. So video is a form of media, but we're going to add a format and director. Format can be multiple things. Once again, Blu-ray, digital, or DVD. We're going to have a normal constructor, which uses the super call to input the unique ID, title, and type, and then we add the director and format. Set director possible, set format possible, get director, get format, and the toString, which is going to be really important for checking in later portions of the video. Next, we're going to look at book, which is going to be a form of media. Once again, the only difference is going to be publisher and author. The type is always going to be book, so we don't really need to require a type here because we're just going to input it into the superclass, the superclass's constructor. We're going to have a toString, set author, set publisher, get publisher, as always. And interface, this is going to be everything for the interface, so all your starting prompts such as do you want to add, welcome you to the media library, and telling you to have a nice day if you close out of it. Get to enter your choice. We used a switch case. I believe this was the most efficient way at the time for me to do this. View all media, that's going to be important because I'm going to be calling that multiple times if you want to see what's within the database, well, not the database, the serializable files. The amount of books is going to be calculated in view all books, the amount of videos is going to be calculated in view all videos, and they're going to be separated. Remove media, same thing. We're going to have a whole operation for that. Removing books, remove video, do what you want, pick what you want to remove. If it's a book or if it's a video. Saving, same thing. Show you the save and show you the writer class after this. Add an object, which means we're just adding a video or a book. And here's the tester. All of these are going to be within switch statements because this is more of the visual aspect of the program. Next, let's look at writer. Writer is going to be writing the book data to the bookdata.sir, which is a serializable file. It's going to iterate over. Each and every one of them, put them in there, and then it's going to close because if you do not, if you close it after each operation, it's going to have an issue. I went through that earlier in this project. Video data writer does the same thing, continues to flip through each one of them, putting them in there into videodata.sir. I know that earlier we talked about that, but you told me not to remake the program, just do a video on how it is currently. Here's some testing for deserializing and serializing. I just wanted to make sure stuff would be added or removed. Next, let's look at reader. Reader's just going to read from the files, so it's going to do the read from the video data sir and the book data.sir. So it's going to read the book data and the video data, and it's going to have the catches for the issues such as no file created or the objects are missing. Let me go back to the writer. So there was something special I did in one of these files. It wasn't this one, it was the add, remove, create data that was really important with all that. The reader though, let me find it. Okay. The reader though, we use the EOFX exception to continue to go through the objects, import them into an array list, and break at the end once there's no more objects to prevent the crashing. So it works flawlessly from what I've tested so far. And the same thing works on the deserialized books. Okay, next we can take a look at the add remove, which is going to be the most important part of my program. Removing, it's going to remove well, this one's going to remove a book from a certain position. This one will remove a video from a certain position, just using video array.remove, because at the end we end up saving everything with the writer.java at the end of our program, which you will see later. Adding books, same way, just adding them to the video array. We're just adding them to the video array that was specified on the call. That was put in there during the call, which is going to be seen later over in the interface, I believe. Creating video, we need to make sure that we get a unique ID. I thought it was a good idea because you said it was a unique ID, needs to be an int. So first we're going to process it as an integer, and then we're going to force it out as a string, and then we're going to use that unique ID string here by using value of. If it's not an integer, we're going to have an issue right here, which is going to do the catch, which is the input mismatch exception. If we do not have digital, Blu-ray, or DVD set as the format, we're just going to continue looping over, which is the while, and why I put video format outside. I looked at a few online forums to figure out this one. Also, we had to clear the input, not prompting, because there was some weird issue where next line would just clash with input next int and just take a blank input. I don't know why it caused that. We're going to return the object. Same thing's going to work for create book. We're going to do that special thing with the unique ID, starting as an integer and then turning it into a string to make sure that we don't have anything we don't want within here. Returning once again. But let's go back to the interface so I can show you that portion that I was talking about earlier on the save media here. So we're going to write with the book array and the video array, which is specified up here. It's going to be deserialized because we know that if we're starting the program, we need to have these files, or we already have these files, so deserialize will create the files if they're not created, or it will read from the files if it is already created. So let's create a short example. So we're going to add a book, which is going to be unique ID. We'll just put a random number in, PPD, and then we'll just say, okay, and then I want to add a singular video. And then I want to view all books. So we'll have one book, one video. I want to save the program. Oh, it's because I created it from interface. I started from interface, my mistake. We need to call from here, or else it's not going to work properly. So we'll view all media since we already saved. They're already both going to be in there. And what I want to do is remove some media. Let's just say I want to remove the book. We're going to remove book 0. And then we're going to save the program. Then we're going to exit. And then what we want to do is rerun the program. We want to view. And then see, we still have our video in there. The book's gone, and everything's fine. Thank you for reviewing my video. If you have any questions, feel free to send them to me through email or through the chat box itself. Let me make sure I went over everything real quick. Yeah, we made the array because I was having issues, but you told me a way to fix that in the future. I could just have all the items come out themselves, which I'm going to do a project on probably within the next 2 days after I'm done submitting a few of the other assignments. But yeah, that looks like everything finished. And the reason why I did it like this through main is because you requested it. The interface, as soon as it reaches value 5, we're going to have it print good day. Really smart idea I had was just return the integer, because as long as we return the integer and it's not 5, it's just going to continue to run and not break. So there's another great thing. A lot of these are going to return integers because I want to send it back up to the top, and there's no easy way to do that for me currently. Plus, it saves a lot of time and complexity out of what else I could do, possibly. Anyway, thank you for viewing this, and I hope you have a great day.